you know what? It's time for another Flying Sparks Garage episode, and it has been 3 weeks since we filmed one. It's been a pretty busy month for us.
Yeah, way overdue. We had a trip out to Iowa that was really fun, and we packed in a bunch of work before we left. But then we were on the camping trip for a week, and then Emily had to go to Vegas, and we just had to get our lives back together. But we're excited. We're back in the shop. You guys have been asking about that 57, and we have been so stoked to get on it. We've got a new welder, we got a new MIG, we got a new TIG, and we got a plasma cutter, which I can't wait to use. So
yeah, we partnered with Lincoln this year for the first time, and we've used Lincoln welders for years and years and love them. And so it's been real exciting to get this whole rig set up with actual stuff where we can fabricate and cut metal, melt metal away. It's going to be dreamy.
yeah, I've just been dying to use it because we've been doing jobs that don't require a welder, and I'm sitting there looking at it on the stand like, man, I just want to get in there and get my hands dirty. So we may do some of that today. We'll see. We're going to start on the front suspension of this car. We've got control arms for the upper and the lowers. We've got QA1 struts, or I guess they're a shock with a spring in them. And what else do we have? Front brakes. We got some front brakes from Summit. So we're just going to see if all these parts talk to each other and go on there and have some fun.
Yeah, our goal for this week, and really the coming weeks working on this car, is every couple of days we're going to drop an episode. Whether we're done and completed the mission of whatever we're working on or not, we know y'all are eager for episodes. We've been hearing you loud and clear. We're not going to wait until we have a job totally done to send it and post it. So we're just going to be giving y'all updates, and you're just going to see the progress as we do it. So
Absolutely. Sorry.
No, I was just giving them a thumbs up. I'm like ready to go to work, but by all means, keep chatting.
Well, we wanted to vlog because we're at this point in the car where everything is a big project. And so if we try to get the dents fixed and get it in paint all in one episode, you guys won't get an episode for 2 months because we'll be working on it. But this way we can get done what we can get done in a 2-day period. Adrian can edit that together, ship it out to you guys, and just follow along. It's going to be a storyline for the next month maybe.
Yeah. And then Aaron watches a bunch of channels that take their smaller episodes and make it one big one. So maybe we'll do like a motion picture at the end when we finish this car. Come on.
Anything's possible.
We love y'all. Let's get to work.
Yeah.
Step 1, get some jack stands under this dang
Yep.
frame.
I got them over there.
We had a tire go flat on us, and when we came over here yesterday, which was Sunday, for our relaxing Sunday to clean the shop and prepare for the week, we realized that our tire was flat. So we're moving the chassis around with a jack right now. But yeah, let's put some jack stands under it. Get it ready for some action.
That's probably enough. I think those tires are going to touch if that's as high as it goes. So let me just pop those tires off and just stay away from it in case it decides to take a trip to the ground.
Good for nothing.
What's going on? You got to take the lug nuts all the way off, kids.
Sweet. Do you want me to raise yours up a little bit, or is yours on the
I'd rather it actually be a little bit lower.
Okay.
It'll be more stable that way.
That's good.
Yep.
This just screams, rip me out. Put me some freshness in, please.
I'm tired.
All right, Aaron's gonna start with a little bit of freeze off on these bolts because we got some rusty situations here.
Yeah, it's either rusty or it's caked with 100-year-old grease. Oh, there we go.
Getting low in this can.
Yeah, it's time for another can. That's about it. Have to go dig in the cabinet.
We use this stuff so much.
I'm just going to start taking stuff apart.
I love that plan.
That's not tight because that's new steering that we put on it. I don't think we're going to be trying to save that hose, so I'm going to cut that off. And then we'll put a jack under it to make sure it can't spring out on us. I'm going to hook this top one. If you can get a shot in there, you can't even see the nut. It's so grungy and that stuff's like rock.
It's pretty gross.
Yep.
Tells a story.
Yes, it do. I want to undo the shock first because it bolts up from the bottom. So it's gonna be a wrench and a screwdriver. All right. At least it broke loose.
Snap that rust loose with that freezing power.
Yeah, might need just a little bit more on it though. Because these threads up above it are just so rusty. Almost there. Cool. Now 2 bolts on the bottom, and that'll be done.
Both bolts out.
Yep.
Nicely done, man.
Thank you. Okay,
Now that's
loose.
loose. Good job.
That looks like a factory shock to me.
1957 model?
It looks like it.
I wouldn't doubt it.
It was definitely installed by somebody smoking a Marlboro Light. Immediately gets it off the jack stand.
Pretty rigid setup there.
Yeah. All right, so take this off. I found the nut.
It's like an archaeological dig there. Archaeological?
Archaeological.
Archaeological. Maybe I need more coffee to say words.
So,
Cotter pin is out.
yep. Don't worry, just trying to fall off the jack stand.
I'm rolling, so whatever happens, happens.
Yeah,
We'll catch it.
that's right.
Keep them on their toes, babe.
Castle nut off. Now we just have to
Do a little snake tooth action.
that thing. Yep, I think I'm gonna get this out of the way. It's bothering me.
Get out of here, soft brake line.
Another 10 years and I'll be able to find what tool I
I
need.
thought you were looking for cutters. No, hammer. That works. That
All right.
works. That works. Shook a little of the dirt loose too.
That was my goal.
Yeah.
Hard to tell if it works that way. So much junk in there. If I said I wasn't a little sketched out by that spring, I'd be lying.
Heck yeah, dude.
Get out of here.
Oh.
Still got some tension on that spring. So I think I'm gonna jack the whole thing up. Might move our jack stands back there so that we get a little more travel in the front.
Sounds like a
Hey,
plan.
we were up in Iola. It was like, I think the hottest day was 85 degrees. And people would walk up just pouring sweat and clearly in pain from it. And right now I've got, this is a 5-ton AC unit. I've got it at full bore and I can see it from here. It's 87 in the shop with it, and it's been running all night. So it's hot in Texas.
And this actually feels good to us. I mean, I'm sitting still right now. He's working. But when we walked in here, we were like, oh, it feels so nice. It's so crazy.
That spring's still got tension on it.
Look at that thing. It looks like it's from a truck.
Oh, check this out. Look at my little friend.
Are you no way, dude. That's a freaking Black Widow.
That's a Black Widow.
And it's big.
Yeah.
Aaron, wait. I didn't get a shot of it. You're like, I'm not really happy holding her right now. Dude, that is so scary. Aaron.
Yeah,
Aaron.
I'm looking for something to send it on to the afterlife.
Come back as a butterfly, you scary, scary woman. Yikes. His arms and hands are just all up in there. Lord. Scary.
Oh, it's just a little spider.
Aaron, deadly. Usually spiders don't creep me out. Like, I'm pretty tough when it comes to bugs,
Well,
but
I mean, that one could put you in the hospital for a bit. If your immune system's weak, you may not come out. I was watching a fishing video from Australia, and they called that a redback. And I was like, oh, they talked about it before they showed it. I was like, oh, interesting, what's a redback? And it was a Black Widow.
weird. Why
like,
would they call it a
wow.
redback? Because the fiddle's on the belly.
Well, maybe it was a slightly different species, but it looked
But
exactly
it
the same.
looked a lot like it. Yeah, good old Texas and Australia. We got some deadly stuff.
Yep.
Yikes.
But I got stuff to do, so I'm not worried. You didn't paint this part of the frame very well.
You're right.
Slacker.
I really did a terrible job.
Okay, we got 4 bolts on this crossover thing now, and that part of the suspension's out.
I'm so happy. It's a clean, almost a clean slate here.
Yeah. Well, I feel obligated to tell you guys that can be dangerous. I knew it was loose. I saw the articulation on it. But if you're doing this for the first time, like, don't do that. Get spring compressors, compress it, and it'll be fine. But I don't want you to see me doing that and then just think yours is going to be the same way. Certainly, if you're putting a pry bar on it, you need to take the tension off that spring. Mine just kind of fell out. So what I'm going to do now, there's 4 bolts that hold this lower control arm on. I'm just going to zip those out, and then we'll take the stopping off. One more.
Down we go. That'll knock the Black Widows out of their little caves.
Well, Black Widows better watch out for me. There we go. Now we have a frame to work with.
All the hours of wire wheeling that we did on the rest of the frame.
Yeah, we knew it was gonna be like this.
Yep. I just cleaned up the driver's side where Aaron took it all apart, and I was like, okay, it's time for me to move to the passenger side, because usually he does one side and I do the other. But he was like, Emily, I really think with those spiders, maybe I'll just break it all apart. I don't want you getting your hands in there. So, you know what? Let the man do the work. I'm glad about that, and I'm gonna be standing there with some toxic spray to spray on one if I see it. Ugh. Well, this man just made a decision. We got all of these parts off in one piece, but he's like, I don't want to do that.
Sorry.
He said, I don't want to do that over here. I want to use my plasma cutter.
This is locked up. I can't get it to break loose. So I'm going to cut that. While I'm there, I'm going to take the tension off that spring by zipping it in half. Yeah,
Nice.
It's all going in the garbage anyways.
There's your unit, sir.
Thank you.
Ooh. It's exciting. This man looks really legit.
I didn't bring the right clothes, but it's all right.
Some of the right clothes. Well, the helmet. Nothing else is right. That smells so good.
Lovely.
Aaron, we have such nice fancy gloves.
I know. I don't know why you didn't give me some to wear.
I just kept looking at all those sparks around your arms, and I was like,
Yeah, they kept
Gosh.
falling into my hand and
did they?
getting caught.
Really?
They were kind of spicy.
Wow.
So I think my ground wasn't very good. Is the reason that kept cutting off. But I really don't know. I don't know how to use this thing. I just turned it on.
Did you find out why it was shutting off, or?
Yeah, so this thing has a built-in compressor, and I wasn't letting the pressure build up, so it didn't have enough air. Okay, now we're going to cut that spring. All right, there she is. That little cut definitely took the pressure off of it.
Nicely done,
Thank
dude.
you.
He did it. There were so many spicy words that I just put the camera down.
Yeah.
It really made him earn it, especially that lower control arm.
Yep. Well, the old bolts are just seized up, and that makes it difficult.
Yeah.
But it's off.
Yay! And it looks awesome.
Yeah.
Man, Aaron's such a boss. He got all that front suspension removed, and now it is time to restore that little bitty chunk of frame and start mocking up our new parts. So excited. Well, Aaron has our lower and upper control arms here on the floor. He's going to give us a rundown on them.
So we picked these up from Summit. It's the Summit brand if you're looking for them for the 57 Chevy. Pretty simple, it looks like. We just bolt the bottom ones up, bolt the top ones up. But we actually got QA1 coilovers for the front, which is really neat. What we'll do with these bottom ones is we're not going to use the spring pad because the strut itself is going to bolt right here to this pad. So we'll end up drilling these two holes out bigger so we can put a bolt and a nut in there. But then the coilover will sit on this bottom bucket. And it should work. I mean, I'm telling you what I think I know, so we may learn differently once we get into this, but right now that's how it looks like it's going to go, and everything seems to have bolts where they need bolts, and it's going to line up and be perfect. So we'll get this cleaned up a little bit. I may do a little test fit first, and then we'll clean that up, paint it, and we'll start throwing the suspension together.
I think you might have jinxed us though, babe. You said it's going to bolt up perfectly. There's going to be holes where we need them. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
You just never know what's going to happen.
Never know.
So we're going to play with the way these upper and lower control arms mount up, but we didn't get hardware with them, so we're getting ready to clean off some of these old bolts. We want to get fresh hardware for it, but we want to make sure everything fits, and then we want to paint our area that didn't get painted when we painted our chassis, and then while we're letting that dry, maybe we'll go get fresh bolts. So I'm getting ready to turn on the wire wheel, make some noise, and clean these bolts up.
Okie dokie.
Hold this lower in place.
No,
We'll play with the upper.
We're going to try that upper first. This is going to go on that side, so I should be able to slide a bolt through there.
Yeah, and these are threaded too.
Not threaded.
Well, they are. Not for that bolt.
Alright. Ooh, we're close to that header.
Oh, it looks pretty in place.
Yes, it does.
It's so nice to see pretty parts.
And that's going easier when there's not 50 years of dirt on it and rust.
Except there's grossness on the threads of the nut.
Yeah. Alright, so that goes in place. That's positive. Now, did I put the right one? Am I supposed to aim back like that, or are they supposed to aim forward? I don't think it goes like that.
This kind of seems like it goes with the geometry of the chassis. The way it kind of curves around.
I'm just noticing the center point is not where the spring is.
That's true.
But on that, if you look at that lower one, it's not either. It's offset a little bit. So, yeah, let's see if we can get the bottom one.
Is this little bump stop thing supposed to hit right here?
That's what I'm wondering about. It seems like it should.
We could try the other one and see where it lands.
Yeah, let's do that. Put this in the vise and get it spun around.
I managed to drop 3 of the 4 pieces of my hardware.
Okay, so that one now hits, it's a little bit closer. Well, that's definitely not right.
It looks weird like that.
Geometry's funky.
Take a look, y'all. That looks weird kicked forward.
Yep.
I didn't show you guys with the other one on.
The old one, I can see it kicks back. That's why I initially tried it that way. So this is not the right one. Let me roll that out. If the other one still looks funky, I got to figure out if I ordered the right stuff. Well, that is passenger side. Yeah, let's grab the other one. So here's the one that came off this side. I think that's correct. It's just our little bump stop's going to hit in a funky place. Well, let's throw the bottom one on and see what it looks like. Now this is going to go up there.
So your bolt's pushed all the way through?
Yeah.
Mine have yet to perform in the same manner. I have enough threads to start a bolt on the front.
Yeah, these flanged, I wonder if we need to put the bolts down from the top, because that big flange is...
Oh, not good on the, yeah.
Yeah, let me get under there. That's the easiest way. Stop flipping that around until my face is out the way, please.
Okay.
We can kind of let it.
Trying to get your bolts out?
Yeah, it slid up in there when I didn't even want it to, and now it's stuck. That's ridiculous.
It just wants to be in there, babe.
Yes, it does.
Going from the top now?
Yep, and you're gonna have to remove that washer, I do believe.
Okay.
At least on one of them.
It seems like this thing needs to rotate for me to to be able to get both my...
Yeah, it does. Now it's rotated.
That's working now.
Okay.
Okay, mine are hand tight.
Okay.
Ooh, doesn't that look gorgeous?
No, but these are not lined up.
That needs to go way down.
Yeah, but this bump stop, I mean, that looks like it's supposed to hit there.
Beautiful, but it doesn't. It hits a bolt instead.
Yeah, we're hitting.
Yeah.
I think it's time to see if they sent instructions with this stuff.
Instructions? What are those?
Because I'm pretty sure those are supposed to be lined up, but I may be wrong.
Maybe it's like race suspension.
Well, I mean, I know you've got to have caster, but...
I mean, it doesn't look like crazy off to me.
Okay.
It looks beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I like them parts.
Yeah, me too.
He's got the coilover.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It says to use Permatex anti-seize on this.
Well, that's convenient.
Yeah.
That's some of our favorite junk. And the coil spring already matches the anti-seize.
That's perfect. If that needs to come out, because that's going to be, I guess we're going to have to use...
Spray compressor?
No, we'll use the jack. But the way this works, from my understanding, is it goes in those two bolts. And those two are threaded, because typically the shock comes up from the bottom. And so we have to drill those threads out of it so that we can put the bolts they supplied in there. And of course we have rubbers and stuff to put on here. And then this will come up through there. And then we'll have adjustable suspension. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. But I don't see anything that's going to keep us from putting this together. So I say we blow it back apart, get some paint on it, see if we can find some bolts for the top of that, for the upper control arm. And then maybe go get some lunch or breakfast. It's still pretty early. And then come actually put it together. That'd be kind of cool.
That would be amazing. This stuff looks really pretty on here. And when this is all painted up, it's going to look even nicer. Oh, yeah. That is so fun. All right, Aaron is over there wire brushing. And he's got this side done, so I'm gonna wipe it down with wax and grease remover and get our chassis paint on it so that it can be drying for us to install our new parts for good. I think I need that little brush over here too. I want like a piece of cardboard to slide right there. That's probably good. Okay, and I saw Aaron over there struggling so hard trying to get that spindle off. Well, the brake assembly essentially. His adjuster wheel was totally frozen up, and he just ended up like wailing it with a hammer and a pry bar. I sprayed some power lube on this adjuster wheel, hoping that it would be free for us, and yay, it's moving. I'm just hoping I'm rotating it the right way, so. Guess I can just try. Break this apart and see. Man. Rotate her more.
Yep. Yeah, half of it's up. I can see the shoes there.
Yeah.
So if you loosen it off, I bet you she'll just fall right out of there.
Just want to loosen it just a little bit more, but I know it's just, I can tell it's just so.
Get on the bottom
Look at the
side.
cracking on those brake pads. God,
It was worn out.
they got caught. She was cruising the tail of the dragon. Yeah, there it is. Somewhere exciting. Her brakes got hot. Started cracking. See the heat there? Isn't that what causes cracking? Heat? Maybe not. In my mind it is. Alright, I'm gonna throw all this junk away so we can get to our bolts to unbolt our spindle. You know, it would really help.
Take the nut off.
I was actually doing pretty good with leaving the nut on, surprisingly. You know, I just wanted some practice swinging the hammer.
Yeah, I mean, if things go too easily, people don't want to watch it.
Yeah. It feels like super wonky and loose on there, but. Wow. What did I do?
I set my knee on that.
Oh, that felt nice.
Let's see what you got.
Put it in the wrong place.
Well, it just, I think the end of it was hitting there. So let's try and hit from the side and see if that helps us out.
It's not in the wrong place, though. I didn't have it in the wrong place, right?
Yeah.
Or,
No, it's in the right place. It was
Angled wrong.
It was just bottoming out on this. So I think it wasn't spreading enough.
I'm gonna hit with your hand there. I'm sorry, little spindle. You okay, sister? You okay? Oh my goodness gracious. Aaron swung at it for a while, and then I was like, okay, let me at it. This did not take that this thing was bottoming out. And maybe it was. I just like rotated it to where it could go. Holy cow. Okay. We both had issues. My adjuster wheel didn't lock up, but that gave me time. Partially self-inflicted by not removing the nut. I gave a few more bolts, and then we're free of this little dust shield.
All that to get to this part.
These two pieces right here. Alright. Bucket of evapor rust is already cooking Aaron's side. My side. Well, progress will continue when we see you guys tomorrow. I think I need a long screwdriver. Something to grab these things out of here. How'd y'all do in the night? Oh, there's a spindle end. Come on, dude. Oh, man. Dude, this is so cool. Golly, if this doesn't excite you, I don't know what will, honestly, in life. When you put something grungy and gross in the juice and then the next morning you take it out and it looks like that. That's so cool. When we walked up to the bucket of our magic juice, this Evapor Rust, Aaron saw that he forgot to put his one, it looks like an end link, I know it's not, but it's the second piece of the spindle, into the bucket. So he was like, oh, well, we have a convenient before and after comparison. So, oh, this is one you didn't scrape junk off of. That's kind of cool to see. So if you don't scrape the junk off, I scraped mine, like all the big chunks. He did not. So if you look down at this, there's like little chunks of goop. If you don't want to scrape off really hard stuff, you can put it in the juice. Probably makes your juice nastier, but comes off really easily after a night in the soak. Last piece, it's down there. Really don't want to dip my hand in there. Oh, there she is. So good. There's my two little pieces. They're so pretty. These are the pretties. Rusty. Yeah. That's pretty neato.
I'll just dunk that one in there.
Should we just wire brush it though? Just toss it back on?
I'll just throw it in there for now because you got to put your whole side together.
Okay. Alrighty, I have just let those two spindles, both the driver's side and the passenger side, sit and dry after I painted them, and Aaron's about to put his side together. Let's go.
All right, and we got our stuff all cleaned up. This is a freshly rebuilt, remanufactured spindle. I'm gonna stick this on, this time permanently.
So exciting.
Yep, I know it goes this way because it had this big bolt on the top. Well, I realized I didn't have the bushings on here, so I pulled it back off, put the bushings on, and now we're tightening it up. I don't have any cotter pins here, so I'm going to have to run and get some. After we get this good and torqued, we'll be sure and put our cotter pins in there. That side is mostly done. I got to tighten this top bolt here, this nut on the strut, and then those two on the bottom. And then we're ready for steering parts and brakes and stuff like that. So that is a good place for me to stop once I get these two things tight, and we'll start working on Emily's side. She'll start working on her side. I'll start filming. Cool. We'll obviously need to shim this, get our camera right, but for now, everything's in there and it fits. So we can move on to the next side.
I'm gonna move this out to the way.
Yep, you got it.
I need to parallel park this thing. There we go. Now she's tucked in over there. Now this is wide open again. I got me a piece of cardboard down, right down there, so I can sit and do me work. Get in my spot here. Upper hardware. This is so exciting. So we mentioned it, but these upper and lower tubular control arms are Summit brand. Because we partnered with Summit on this build, we were like stoked to get all the Summit brand stuff that we could. And these were on that list. And we think they're freaking awesome. We love shopping at Summit, and the fact that it's just over an hour away is a freaking warehouse. That's heavenly. Go team. Beautiful. Header is not a problem over here. It's not a problem over on the driver's side, but it's just close. Yay.
think I'd worry about tightening those.
Okay.
They got to be shimmed.
That's true. Good point, good point. A man makes a fine point. He's such a good mechanic. I'm like his sous chef, but not in the kitchen. Okay. Well, I guess in the kitchen sometimes too.
Yeah. We put our bolts down from the top because those nuts, the flange is too big.
Yeah, the way that it goes against the frame. Oh yeah, I remember how trying to tweak it to where it'll slide in. A little bit of a joy. Can't get this like this enough, can I? Oh yeah.
There you go.
How's that adjustment? Nice. Okay. That lower is tight. Upper is not tight because we got to get it right, but dude, I think it's time to open some QA1 goodies. Man, these shocks are really cool. They're double adjustable, so very much like you can have them for the street or the strip or somewhere in between. Compression and rebound, double adjustable. And I love these also because you have adjustable ride height. We have 2 inches of ride height travel. So it's really great. Once you get this installed, you can figure out what ride height you want your vehicle at, and you can just adjust it out to whatever ride height you want. Awesome. Let's put these together. There's the little sticker that was on there. Permatex anti-seize lubricant must be used on coilover threads to prevent galling. Done. It's our favorite stuff. I'll bet we're gonna want the front of this car to sit pretty low. And another note that we wanted to tell y'all was that when ordering these, we did let them know that we were gonna have a big, heavy, big block in this car. So they adjusted our spring rate to that knowledge. So that's a good thing, right? Because her front end's gonna be a little heavier than factory. I was almost gonna claim victory that I didn't get it all over myself, but I knew even just having the thought was too soon.
And the little washer's on there.
Yeah, she's there.
Yep.
That's what the spring sits on.
That's what the spring sits on.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna pull this guy out. So we have plenty of adjustment to go up through that. It's called a strut tower, yeah. I was like, is it called a strut tower on this old car?
I doubt it, but it is now.
In my mind it is. Shock tower, shock tower. This isn't a strut. Righto?
It's good to me, and then when you push it up in there, make sure your top of that coil spring gets in its pocket.
I noticed on the driver's side, this was facing forward. Of course, the Made in USA QA1 part number spring faced outward, so I figure that that's where it's gonna rest. Could be wrong, but I need to drill holes.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I was just getting excited. Takes a while to drill through this, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty heavy metal.
That was a journey, but that's done now. And now we can get our bolts.
Did you get that on yet?
Yeah. About to torque it down.
perfect.
Turd bird. You're missing me. Babe. Hashtag go drive it. That's QA1's hashtag. If you didn't know. Okay. It's important. It's important, babe. Bueno?
It's good to me.
I think so.
I want to put that top in first.
But I don't have anything that mounts between this and the little bracket thing, right? Nothing,
On the bottom?
Nothing goes between this?
No.
It seems kind of weird.
Well, it just sits on the spring pocket.
Okay.
Unless I did mine wrong, which I don't think I did.
Heavens no. Heavens no, my love. Come up there. Did you hear my shoulder pop a little
I
bit?
did hear it.
Kind of said crunch.
I'm the one with shoulder injuries. You can't be doing that. We need at least one good set in the shop.
Right.
Get your top bolted up.
Okay.
Making it harder on yourself.
You're right. Come back here, threads. I need you. Where'd you go? There we go. So right there. What's going on, lover?
It's going.
Okay.
She's talking to me, guys. Don't get excited.
They know you're my lover. Little nylon locking nuts. Okie dokie. Dude, this is coming together.
Yeah, it is.
So exciting. I can't wait to see brakes on this thing. What? Look. Okay. Get the spring in the right place. I think it goes right there. I'm gonna pick this up.
I need the jack to do that.
Yeah. I wanted to get it at least a little bit like in its spot, but I think that's where it bottoms out. Like when I rotate it, it wants to stop right there. Is that what yours did?
Yep. You can reach your fingy in through the top and actually
My
feel it.
fingy?
I could at least.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna grab the jack.
Okay. I think it's hitting that like end where it wants to sit. So I guess
Okay.
keep going up. No weight on it yet, or no compression on it yet. Okay, now it does. Want me to feel if it's there? I think it is.
Cool, grab your spindle. Spindle time.
Spindle time, spindle time. Everybody loves spindle time. It's all lined up now. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Nut is started. I think my ball joint angle is a little bit off.
Yeah, you yank out on it. There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
I'd have to push down on that control arm because the whole rig's going up now. One part at a time, it becomes a car again.
Oh no, I shouldn't slide my cotter pins back in yet. Oh man. Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead and tighten your ball joints. At
Okay.
least snug them.
Now, I don't have my tools for that here.
That one in your hand is the top one.
Oh yes, this is. I was thinking about that bottom one that I don't have. Yes, sir. I like it so much. Open-handed. So you don't bust your knuckles if it slips, Emily Marie.
See, guys, I teach her.
I'm teachable.
She just rebels very often with the things I say.
No, I forget. I get in the moment. He's been teaching me to do all this stuff for 24 years. 23 and a half. Okay, should I toss my cotter pin back in this upper?
It's probably not tight enough. We'll want to torque those.
You kidding me right now? Just
Yeah. I'll risk some things, but I'm going to make sure a ball joint is torqued to spec.
Touche.
I have my bottom one tight too. Here's the tightness that I have of it. Like I can't go anymore.
Yeah, that looks
with
good
my
to me.
little scrawny arms.
Scrawny arms.
It's pretty tight. I think it's probably at like 67 foot-pounds.
Give it about
it's
43.
What? Ouch.
Now we have to test it.
When I thought it was like almost 70 foot-pounds and you say not even 50. I'm so
That's
curious.
a very short wrench.
Oh.
If you're getting 70 foot-pounds, you're going to be on a bigger bar, and
Okay.
I could be wrong.
No, I bet you're right.
So here's our caliper
Bracket.
holder my jobber. So that's going to go, you can set it on there with that top bolt, see, because that top bolt's bigger. The reason I know this is I test fit everything over there when she was, I guess, cleaning something, or anyways, I had some downtime, so I just assembled it all to try to figure it out. So your caliper always goes in the back on the front. It goes like this.
Oh,
right
it
here.
goes to the back, not like the
Yeah,
back
the
side
caliper
of
goes to the back of the vehicle. All right, hold it. And you'll get this bolt in there.
it. That is funny.
Yeah, I know, it's kind of,
Looks weird.
that's why I
Wanted to test fit it.
messed with it a bunch. I read the instructions, and then I just, if there aren't pictures, I have a hard time understanding what's being said. So I gotta just test fit.
I like it.
So now you've got 2 bolts.
So where this guy bolts up, how does that affect that?
We're getting to that right now.
Is that supposed
So-
to go on that?
So these 2 bolts go through that. Yep, put that one on with your little steering thingy. Those bolts actually look really long.
Yeah, they do. I'm like, what else is
Oh,
mounting
I just
there?
remembered we gotta put this on too.
But that's not going to take up that much bolt.
No.
Yeah, because look, if that guy's out here and then she
Yeah.
rotates.
Yeah, let me look over here. These are both longer than the bolts I used.
We need to untape her.
Oh, yes.
Now is the time. Okay, we feel like we have it together correctly now. This is the same way Aaron has it on his side. See this cool little spacer that goes between this, the kind of, I don't know what this is called. Is it like a control arm?
I call it a steering arm.
It spaces it out to take up the space for the caliper bracket. So that's perfect. The brake kit came with that, so it's meant to be there. And then there's one longer bolt. We were looking at it, we're like, that looks so long and weird. But when we turn, we see it would hit, but we know that these arms have this stopper on them to keep it from going like full lock, full hard. So we're going to assume that this long bolt is going to be stopped from hitting whenever it's turned. So we're cool with this. Is it time to tighten this down, or do we just want to take all this off and torque our upper and lower ball joints and then?
No, we can do that
Reassemble.
later. There's nothing in the way of torquing them.
Okay.
So, yeah, I say
Go ahead
tighten
and
your bolts. and-
tighten our brake stuff then.
Yep.
Our dust shield and our caliper bracket. Cool, man. I like it. We're gonna have all the settings right here. Yeah.
You're probably gonna want to reverse that. Get your ratchet on the outside.
Well, I don't have the right socket. My bigger socket, the bigger socket for this nut is there.
I'm just concerned it's gonna get your socket stuck in there.
Okay. Dust shield. It's dramatic. So I need to go get different tools. Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
I'm just saying that.
But that's
I
the
would do it
smartest way to
differently.
do it. That's the smartest way to do it.
That may work fine right there.
And this is these locking washers. It's that fresh part, so it's really hard.
Locking nut, yes.
I mean, sorry. The nut. Like me. A nut.
It's already been a very long day here at Flying Sparks Garage.
Yeah, dude. Alrighty, my side is tight. And Aaron is getting the rotor and caliper all mocked up over here. I guess he's probably about to toss the rotor on. Pull the
Okay.
caliper off and then toss the rotor on.
And we'll pull the caliper back off. I gotta pack some bearings, knock a seal in this, then we'll shove her on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't put pretty lights on me. You always make me put them on you. I'm over here in the dark.
Well, that's because you rush me.
Oh.
Here. There we go.
Last time I was packing wheel bearings out in the driveway in the shop, we do it this way. It's a cool little tool. Put some pressure on it and it just pushes the grease up where it needs to be on that. You can see how it pushed it right up in between all those little roller bearings. Like, yeah, I already did this one, so it's time to put a seal in here.
So this is just a basic disc brake conversion kit for a 57 Chevy from Summit. And it's a good kit. I mean, we're happy with it. Of course, we haven't stopped with it yet, but I feel like it's gonna be good.
Okay, the inner bearing's greased, the seal is installed. So here we go. Cool. That feels right. Get a wrench for that. All right, so what I like to do is kind of over tighten this, make sure my bearings and my races and all that stuff's seated. And see, that's tight. You can't have your wheel bearing that tight or it'll burn it out. So now we're just going to back it off just enough for it to turn freely and not have too much friction. A little bit more in our cotter pin will line up. And that feels good. Exactly what I want. Cool. Brake time. Like to put the brakes on, like not. Go get a soda.
Caliper time. Yeah, the rotor looks good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not drilled and slotted and sporty, but that's okay.
Yeah, that stuff doesn't really help anyways.
This car doesn't scream that it needs that kind of stuff. This is a cruiser. Just having disc brakes is going to be sweet.
Oh, that looks like it was made to go on there.
That's the kind of install we like.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to jinx us, but our aftermarket parts so far on this little build here have been quite pleasing, which sometimes can be a rarity. Sometimes aftermarket stuff doesn't fit quite as you'd like, because different parts are different. But heck yeah.
All right, I'm just going to snug that because we need to put grease on these pins and all that good stuff so they don't squeak. So, but there we have the brake kit installed, at least on this side. It looks great to me.
Heck yeah.
Not much to complain about.
Everything looks awesome. The upper and lower control arms, the frickin' shocks and the coilovers.
The gauges.
The
That install is very
gauges.
professional.
It looks so good. Wow.
Well,
I love the paper, the touch of the paper
Yeah.
left.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was really, really
that
nice.
adds a lot to it.
Yeah,
Time for you to get to work.
let's do it. I have been working, bruh.
Oh,
I got a cute little wooden frame. We could do arts and crafts with this, Aaron.
no.
Build like a little scene of us with the 57 hanging out on the roadside with the sunset.
Next time we get free time, we'll do that.
Free time. Get our bearings. That's what I say every morning when I get up. Okay, Emily, get your bearings. Time to get to Grayson. How How we doing, sister? Yeah, she looks happy now.
Well, not on this side. On this side, I see
Yeah, you
grease
can see the
inside
grease.
here.
So just wipe it on the outside because the inside's greased. Now grease your little one.
Oh no. Get her in there.
Yep.
Getting greasy now. All right, let's try and get our seal in here. I think she's going down nicely.
Cool.
Feel good about that. You wanna come feel it?
No, you got it.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Feel free to leave as much grease in there as you want.
Yeah, I was gonna say, should I kind of put some in there?
You know.
I mean, I was just kind of cleaning my edge, but the bearing looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
Should I go try your side to see the...
No, now I would just loosen it off until the cotter pin works.
Yeah, it's just a skosh more and my cotter will go on. Skosh. It started to come out. Maybe my adjustment of my nut is just the slightest bit off, but it makes it tight.
Mine was very tight too.
Wow, that's done. On to the caliper. Caliper. No, I can't sing. Okay. Real tempted to grease my side since you mentioned that your side needs to be greased. I'm like, we should just get some grease. Consider it done. He just laughs at me. He's like, that's funny, woman. It's funny what you said. I didn't watch you do this to see how a man with finesse does it.
I don't know if there's much finesse. There's
Yeah.
luck.
Did you have to compress your pistons at all?
Didn't compress the pistons, but those little chrome sleeves, you push them through.
It's not my clearance. It's not wanting to go around the rotor.
I would guess one of your shoes is not seated.
Ladies. Oh, that's what it was. It was right there. You're so smart. I said pistons. There's just one. If you were wondering, these are not dual piston. These are not quadruple piston. These are single piston. But you know what? One piston's better than drum brakes. What?
I think you're still not seated. Pick up on that. There.
Oh, Emily, sit down, would you? Just get seated.
There it is.
Jeez.
Neat.
Nope. Nope. She'll get it eventually. Come on. Dude, yes. This is awesome. It's our whole front suspension and brakes. What the what? This is beautiful. Heck yeah. That was an anticlimactic high five.
Yeah, because I'm holding the camera.
It was more like this, but I didn't want to smack you because of the camera.
Right.
Because of you. Heck to the yes. Yeah, I didn't tighten my shock or anything, but we'll want to get all that adjusted. Oh my gosh. Y'all, this is awesome.
Well, that was fun. Luckily, everything fit, went pretty smoothly. Pretty soon we're going to be on the rear suspension, and by pretty soon I mean tomorrow. We're going to start that job. We've got to cut the old rear end out. We've got to get rid of the leaf springs. We've got a 9-inch.
Plasma cutter is what he's saying.
Yeah, we're going to throw a 9-inch in there with the 4-link, so it's going to be really fun. So stick around. We'll see you then on the next episode. And bye.
Love y'all. Cute.